Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about a show that I saw. It was a little while ago, but it's recently kind of been on my mind. And it was kind of one of those apocalyptic Book of Revelation type shows. I want to say it was on YouTube. It might have been on Netflix or something, I can't recall. But there was one part that stood out in my mind that has really kind of been speaking to me recently. And what it was is it was a secular show that talked about the end time views of different people, and in particular looking at Christian families. And one of the things that it showed is it showed a family, and the mother was just, devout Christian. Her entire world, her focus, everything seemed to revolve around her faith. And when they talked about the end times with her, she was basically kind of welcoming the idea, not because she wanted to see the apocalypse happen or whatever, but because she longed to be with Christ. And there was two daughters that were in their, I want to say they were in their early 20s, college age. I believe they were actually in college. And they had talked about how they too were believers and knew that the end times were coming, but that they were not really excited for it. Their perspective was, yes, I know Jesus is coming back, but I wish he would wait because I still want to get married, I want to travel, I want to see the world, and things like this. And it really kind of highlights a view that is pretty prevalent in our society today, and it's that, I want to be a Christian and kind of punch that card that says, yes, I believe, so that I can go to heaven, but that people really don't have a longing for Christ. They really don't have a desire that seems to supersede everything else in their life, and we have a tendency to kind of heap up idols. And the Bible talks about this. It talks about this in 1 John 2, I think it's in verse 15. It says that, love not the world, neither he that is in the world. Him that loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. The idea is not that we're not to love people and not to reach out to people with the gospel, but the idea is that Christ is first and foremost, and that our relationship with God supersedes everything else in our life. It's the same type of mentality, the same type of regenerative relationship that the mother had, but that the daughters did not, which kind of speaks to the fact that, salvation is an individual calling from God that we receive by faith, and it's got nothing to do with how we're raised, our family, whether or not our family believes, or daddy's a pastor, or anything like that. It's got nothing to do with that. It just really kind of hit me pretty hard when the daughters started talking about the fact that, yeah, they like the whole Jesus thing, but they wanted their lives here on earth to be full and prosperous and enjoyable and things like that, which is really, it's counter to what the Bible actually teaches. It even talks about this in the book of James.